Here's a familiar story. You're out camping, getting what could arguably be the best sleep of your life. But instead of enjoying this life-altering slumber, you're woken up because your RV is freezing. You get out of bed, you stumble over to the thermostat, only to learn it's not the thermostat, you are out of propane. It's time to go outside and change the tank. Today we're talking about propane, but more specifically, the lack of propane, and what's the best way to know how much you have. What's going on, guys? Matt here with RCRV, and today we're going to be reviewing the Mopeka Propane Tank Sensor. Now, this is not a sponsored video. We purchased this with our own money, and we've been using it most of the year now, so we feel like we can give a complete, honest review of what we think of it. So we're gonna start right here in the propane bay, because the first part of this system is actually the magnetic sensor that is located underneath the propane tank. Now, these sensors have two magnets on the bottom that attach to the bottom of your propane tank, and they use ultrasonic signals to sense how much propane is left in the tank. Because of this, we have found that they are hyper accurate in telling you how much propane's in the tank. Now, along with the two sensors you also get these little metal feet to go on the bottom of your propane tank. In case it sits on a flat surface, it has to raise the tank up just a little bit to make room for the sensors. Now, we found in our rig, because we have an open bay, I put the feet on there, but honestly, I didn't need them. The sensor fits fine because we have an open space in the rails. Now, the second part to this system is actually right here. It comes with this little sensor that you can mount inside your camper. It comes with double-sided tape, or it's got a couple screw holes if you want to screw it in. Now, this links to the sensors via Bluetooth, and it gives you a pretty good idea how much is in the tank. A couple cons with this. You get these dummy lights, so it's not super accurate as far as what percentage is left in the tank. The other thing is that these little mobile displays are only programmed for 20-pound tanks. What that means is, for example, we have 30-pound tanks. So we could actually have a tank that's, say, 10% used, and this sensor will still show that it's completely full until it gets below that 20-pound tank level. That's when it'll start showing that your tank is emptying. It's okay. It's a quick little dummy light setup to kind of give you a quick idea about how much propane is left in your tanks. But thankfully, with Mopeka, there's a better way. So Mopeka gives you this great little app that you can check your tanks from your phone. Now, when you open the app shows both your tanks, and you can name them whatever you want. We've named it Tank 1 and Tank 2. But it gives you super accurate readings of how much propane is in your tank. Now, this app is run off Bluetooth from the sensors to your phone. And the question most people are gonna ask is, well, what's the range of the Bluetooth? Great question. So I'm actually here at the RV storage to test this out. So you see here, there's our camper. Now you have these metal poles every 3 campers. Now I've measured the distance, and this is 35 feet between this pole and this pole, and you can see that they go all the way up. So I'm gonna walk down to the end of this storage to see how far this sensor will actually reach. Now I'm gonna leave my truck parked there so that you guys have a visual aid of where our camper is and how far away from the camper we actually are. All right, so I am 5 storage bays away, which is approximately 175 feet. So let's see if we can get this sensor to work. All right, so it looks like it's scanning. 33% on tank 2, 92% on tank 1. Bluetooth signal still looks pretty good, only missing 1 bar. Wow, so 175 feet. Let's push it a little bit further. Okay, this is bay number 10. So that should be 350 feet. I don't even know if you can see the truck in the video, but it's way down there sticking out right in front of our camper. Let's see if the app will pick up the sensors from here. It looks like it's trying to reach the sensors. This may be pushing it. So tank 1 just updated. Tank 2, just now updated. There we go. So 350 feet, this sensors work. Now, I don't know why you would want to check at this distance, but it's good to know that this works. Should we push it further? Let's push it a little bit further and see. Now I'm just curious. All right, I'm at the 15th opening, so 525 feet away from our rig. Keep in mind, this is linear. We're not really going through a lot of walls, but it'll still give you a good sense of how strong this Bluetooth signal is. This may be out of the range. Yeah, all right, so I'm gonna call it. I don't think it's gonna reach I'm gonna try one other thing because these are just things that I'm curious about as well. So we know it can sense it at 300 feet, which is an enormous range to check your propane tank sensors. I'm gonna go back to the 300-foot mark, and I'm gonna stand on the back side of someone's campers, which in essence means that we're gonna have to send the signal through all these RVs and see if it still picks it up. So I'm at the 6th opening, so that's 210 feet. You can see the truck way down there. I'm gonna go right next to this RV, and we're gonna see if the sensor works. So we're in an empty bay here. Let's see if we can get a signal. All right, tank 1 updated. Tank 2 is not updating. It may be just a little too much fiberglass to try to get through. All right, I'm gonna call it. So 210 feet going through over a dozen RVs. We got the tank closest to us, but the far side tank wouldn't reach. I don't know if there's another open bay. I don't like getting really close to other people's RVs and storage because I wouldn't want someone doing that. I don't see another open bay. All right, so 210 feet, we got through 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 RVs to get the signal on the driver's side of the rig. Now we couldn't pick up the passenger side of the rig going through 15 RVs, including our own, so that would be 16 RVs, but not bad. This is worst case scenario. I just wanted to test it. Anywhere in your RV, you're gonna be able to get a signal. In fact, you don't even have to be in your RV. If you are fortunate enough to be able to park your RV at your home, you can probably stay in your house and be able to check your propane tanks of the RV outside. This is worst case scenario. This is just me testing and trying to push the limits. So a couple of call outs that we like about this system. In the app, you can actually set alerts. So the app will alert you when your tank gets below a certain level. Now, I do believe that you can buy just the sensors or the kit with the sensors and the little remote that goes inside your RV. We bought the entire kit with the remote. If I had to do it again, I would probably just buy the sensors and just use the mobile app. One, because the remote, again, is set at 20-pound tanks and there's no way to change that. And two, honestly, we found that we really only use the app. We almost never go and touch the buttons on the remote control because the app is just so simple and quick to use. Now, there are a ton of ways to check how much propane you have left in your tanks. Anto and Alfredo use a little gauge style that screws right onto the bottle. We've also tried the old school, throw some hot water on the tank and see where that condensation line is. And also the tried and true, just pick the bottle up and shake it and feel how much propane's left in it. We've tried all of these, and honestly, this is my favorite way, and it really just gives us the peace of mind to know how much more propane we have left in the tanks. So all in all, I would highly recommend it. I'll leave a link in the description below if you'd like to check it out. Let us know down in the comments, what system do you use to check your propane? Do you throw water on it? Do you just lift it up and see? Or is there something else that we don't even know about that you can share with our community? Let us know in the comments section, and in the meantime, we'll see you out there.